Being the third largest city in Gujarat, Vadodara is a city with an abundance of the banyan or vad tree, hence the name Vadodara. Locally referred to as the Sanskari Nagari or the cultural city, the town has a not so fast paced environment and yet is highly viable. Not only in terms of low cost of living, but also in terms of the open minded residents that reside within the city, who come from different cultural backgrounds. Despite the variety of cultures present, the celebrations of different festivals like Navratri, Ganesh Chaturthi, Eid, Navroz, etc. bring everyone together. The prominent and wonderfully built landmarks such as the Lakshmi Vilas Palace, Sursagar Lake, Kamati Bagh, and the Four Gates make the city also renowned as the Kala Nagari, that is, the city of art. With the word art flashes the glimpse of these beautiful structures that are located in the core areas of Vadodara. They are crafted from scratch at the hands of students of a college that resides within the heart of the city. Globally renowned, the Maharaja Sayajirao University has its origins even before Baroda became Vadodara. It houses 89 departments and is spread over 6 campuses. With several other mighty colleges, the Sanskari Nagari over the years has rapidly transformed into an educational hub in different fields. With such proximity to premier educational institutions and inexpensive resources, Vadodara has now upped its game and is also an emerging launchpad for startups and entrepreneurs. One such startup is that of Brainorama, founded by Mr. Himanshu Singla, which aims to rekindle the waning process of adjusting the brain based on the natural instincts of a human so that every individual can uniquely utilize their gifted abilities for personal growth and satisfaction. This change agent company focuses to transform the age-old manner in which children are brought up and are imparted knowledge, how employees are hired and kept motivated, and finally the way in which dynamics of human relationships and problems are dealt with in interpersonal modern communication. With a bachelor's in electronics communication, Mr. Singla has single-handedly been researching about this technology since the past 6 years, along with his business. But the call to change the society for the better was so overwhelming that he quit his other business and is now solely focusing on promoting Brainorama as a brand. And dermatoglyphics test and consultation sessions is supported in this endeavor by experts from different fields like admin, sales, hypnotherapy, and marketing. Together, the team strives to create value for their clients at each and every step.
Hi, my name is Himanshu Singla. I am a founder of Brainorama. Mantra for life for me is live with your passion.
So, sir, when did Brainorama originally start?
Actually, we start Brainorama in the year 2016, but we got it registered in 2017. So, jab se Brainorama we are doing under the product.
Sir, how did you come up with the idea of starting this venture of Brainorama?
Actually, Brainorama, when we started it, the main function was to bring some positive change in the life of students and the elders. So, वहाँ पर हमें लगा कि there is a big gap of emotional growth. You know, the parents are not understanding what they mean by the emotional growth. So, we started working on that. So, Brainorama is actually because we started only to improve that values in the students to get them a more focus to improve their concentration. That's why we started Brainorama.
Sir, did you have any prior knowledge about the whole idea of Brainorama's basic science?
Actually, you know, my core business is in exports, right? So I was into exports, but I mean in 2004, I was very keen to learn about the psychology. And from that point, I started learning about this concept of bringing the emotional growth and everything for my son only. But as I grew up this particular product, so I came into the action that in 2017, why should not I share this particular thing with the other people also, because it is giving a lot of positive change. That's why we started Brainorama.
So, as you mentioned earlier about the starting the whole Brainorama, so how did you think about converting this into a startup?
Actually, as I told you previously also, that it was my passion of doing it and sharing it with the other people. तो जो हमारा ऑफिस था उसके अंदर I made a one small studio, a studio space where I can conduct the workshop and share this particular knowledge with the other people so that they can get the benefit. And getting it into the startup is actually, when you only value when you pay for something, and that's how we made it into a startup.
Sir, is Brainorama or your only startup, or do you have other ventures also?
As I mentioned earlier also that we are into exports, so exports of all the agro products and the commodities. We are like a merchant exporter and we are serving to Southeast Asia, Middle East.
So did you face any difficulty financially or personally, or any kind of difficulty before and after you start the venture of Brainorama?
I will say personally, yes, it was challenging to make people understand about this particular science. So that was the only challenge which I faced.
Did you have a good family support, or did your family support you in this whole venture?
Yes, definitely. The family support was there. Actually, they believe in me, and that's why that's why I can make it as a startup.
And sir, do you believe that family support is important for a person who is...
Yes, definitely. The family support is very important because they should believe in you. Then and then only you can take any step.
Earlier about the workshops you conduct here. So what kind exactly happens in your workshops?
In our workshop, actually, we are not giving any theoretical, gyan or something like that. It is totally for the full fun, dance, dhamal, masti. I mean, this just to make them understand that how easy it's to remain happy in your life. So that's what we are doing in our Brainorama workshops.
What kind, like when are your workshops in the whole week? What are the timings of your workshops?
Oh, actually, we are taking it for the 2 days, and it is an intense workshop. So we take it for 6 hours a day for 2 days in a regular basis, and then there will be a follow-up session. It depends on students to students who are attending this.
Up next in the line of city-based startups is India's first and largest asafoetida processing plant, situated on the outskirts of the city. National Foods, with 50 years of experience, manufactures premium quality asafoetida with a capacity of over 3 tons per day and is also renowned in the market for manufacturing frozen food items. Currently run by the third generation of the Joshi family, it supplies asafoetida and frozen foods, both as a byproduct and finished product as per the requirement in other processing units in the domestic market. National Foods has the world's first Heeing Research Center called National Science, which never stops working on exploring the different dimensions of this amazing ingredient. The startup has managed to reach a level where they have numerous patents and is technologically savvy, which is unique and beneficial for the product without compromising the quality.
हेलो, मेरा नाम है डॉक्टर जोशी। मैं नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज से हूँ। मेरा डेजिग्नेशन है यहाँ पे मार्केटिंग डायरेक्टर, और मैं यहाँ पे एंटायर मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स एंड ऑपरेशन स्ट्रेटजीज हैंडल करता हूँ पिछले 2 साल से। नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज को चालू हुए लास्ट 2 साल हुआ है। यहाँ पे हम रेडी टू ईट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हैं। इसमें वेरियस प्रोडक्ट आती है वेजिटेरियन में, नंबर्स ऑफ लाइन्स आते हैं, जैसे तवा लाइन है, तंदूर लाइन है, स्नैक्स के आइटम्स है, वो सारे रेडी टू ईट हैं, जस्ट हीट एंड ईट होता है। ये नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होता है।
ओके सर, सो आपका जो ये नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज है, सो वो कब एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था?
नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज है लास्ट 2 साल पहले एस्टैब्लिश हुआ है और लास्ट 1 साल से वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग रन हो रहा है।
तो आपके जो प्रोडक्ट्स है उनका कुछ वेरिड कैटेगरी के प्रोडक्ट्स आप प्रोवाइड करते हो या एक ही स्ट्रीमलाइन कैटेगरी का?
नहीं, हमारे पास अलग अलग 4 टाइप्स के स्ट्रीमलाइंस हैं। एक स्ट्रीमलाइन है तंदूर लाइन्स, जहाँ पे तंदूर के सारे आइटम्स बनते हैं, लाइक नान, कुलचा हो गया, स्टफ कुलचा हो गया, वो सारा तंदूर सेक्शन में बनता है। दूसरा लाइन है तवा लाइन, वहाँ पे स्टफ पराठा, जिसमें टाइप्स ऑफ डिफरेंट वेरिएंट ऑफ पराठा, आलू पराठा हो गया, मिक्स वेज पराठा हो गया, गोभी पराठा हो गया, नंबर्स ऑफ पराठा, यानी कोई भी पराठा स्टफ उसमें मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होता है। तीसरा है आरटीएस, वहाँ पे वेज प्रिपरेशन और करीज प्रिपरेशन होता है, यानी करीज सारा आरटीएस किचन में होता है। चौथा लाइन है फॉर्मिंग लाइन, वहाँ पे हमारे पास कंटिन्यूस फ्राई है, वहाँ पे पंजाबी समोसा हो गया, वो विथ फ्राई नहीं होता है। उसके बाद स्प्रिंग रोल हो गया, जो अनकुक प्रोडक्ट है, वेज समोसा हो गया, जो पेस्ट्री बेस्ड आइटम्स हैं उसमें नंबर्स ऑफ अलग अलग टाइप के स्टफिंग्स हैं, तो वो वेरिएंट काफ़ी बड़ा है।
तो अब आपके इतने सारे प्रोडक्ट्स आप प्रोवाइड करते हो, तो आपके हिसाब से उनका यूएसपी क्या होगा? जो इतने सारे फ्रोजन फूड्स होते हैं मार्केट में, उनसे आपकी कंपनी को डिस्टिंग्विश है?
हमारा मेन अभी फिलहाल हमारा जो कंसंट्रेशन है वो हमारा है प्राइवेट लेवल। हम डिफरेंट बड़ी एमएनसीज कंपनीज हैं, अलग अलग कंट्रीज में हैं, वो सारी कंपनी को उनकी ब्रांड में प्राइवेट लेबलिंग करके देते हैं। तो सभी के यूएसपी हो गए, सभी की रेसिपी हो गई, सभी का पैकिंग हो गया, वो डिफरेंट वेरिएंट में होता है और सभी क्लाइंट के अलग अलग रेसिपीज होती है, प्रोडक्ट लिस्ट अलग अलग होता है, उस हिसाब से उसको हम पैक करके देते हैं।
तो पहले तो ये सब जो ऑटोमेटेड इंडस्ट्री नहीं होता था, तो जो रिसेंटली आपने शिफ्ट किया है ऑटोमेटेड इंडस्ट्रीज में अपने कंपनी को, सो आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आए या डिफिकल्टी आई बीच में?
जैसे पहले की जनरेशन में क्या होता था कि सारा मैनुअल प्रोसेस होता था, आज की टेक्नोलॉजी है पूरा हाफ या सेमी हाफ ऑटोमेटेड है, तो पूरा हैंडमेड प्रोसेस से लेके उसको शिफ्ट करना मशीन मैकेनिज्म में और उसको फिनिशिंग देना हैंडमेड टाइप का, तो उसमें थोड़ा डिफिकल्टीज रहता है क्योंकि सारा मैन पावर वर्क है, मैनमेड प्रोडक्ट्स हैं काफ़ी सारे, तो फोल्डिंग फिनिशिंग में थोड़ा दिक्कत रहता है, पर मशीनरी आने के बाद वो सारे ऑलमोस्ट रिजॉल्व होते हैं।
और आप जैसे हम आपकी जो वेबसाइट जब हम रिसर्च कर रहे थे तब हमें पता चला कि 3 जनरेशन से आपका ये बिजनेस चल रहा है।
ठीक है।
सो तीनों जनरेशन के वर्किंग मेथड में क्या क्या डिफरेंसेस थे आपके हिसाब से?
जैसे हमारे 3 जनरेशन है, हमारा 1970 में चालू हुआ नेशनल फूड्स के नाम से। नेशनल फूड्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है ऐसा फोर्टिडा हिंग, ऐसा फोर्टिडा हिंग हमारे ग्रैंड फादर ने चालू किया था, तो उनका वर्किंग स्टाइल से हम आज भी सीख ही रहे हैं उनका, कि उन्होंने जो थॉट प्रोसेस है वो हमें सिखाए हुए, पर वर्किंग सिस्टम जैसे नई जनरेशन आया तो वर्किंग सिस्टम में उतना डिफरेंसेस रहता है कि पहले काम करने का तरीका और आज के काम करने के तरीके में डिफरेंसेस है। मशीन प्लस मैन, पहले सिर्फ मैन पावर होता था, आज मशीन भी है और मैन भी है, तो उतना डिफरेंसेस रहता है दोनों के बीच में।
आपका जो टारगेट ऑडियंस है वो कौन से लोगों पे आप ज़्यादा फोकस करके आपके प्रोडक्ट के?
अभी फिलहाल हमारा एंटायर वर्ल्ड टारगेट ऑडियंस ये है कि जिनके पास जो वर्किंग पर्सन है, वर्किंग वुमेन्स हैं, वर्किंग पूरा फैमिली हो गया, वर्किंग कपल हो गए, तो उनके पास उतना टाइम नहीं रहता है ये सारी चीज़ को प्रिपेयर करने का, राइट। तो उसके लिए हमारे पास सारे स्ट्रीम प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, अलग अलग सारे वेरिएंट हैं, उसका शेल्फ लाइफ है 24 मंथ का, ठीक है। तो उसमें जैसे कोई वर्किंग वूमन है, उसको पंजाबी समोसा बनाना है, तो उसके लिए उसको बॉयल पोटैटो को बॉयल करना पड़ेगा, बाकी सारे वेरिएंट को करना पड़ेगा, डो बनाना, उसको थोड़ा करने का प्रोसेस है। तो ये हमारा जो फ्रोज़न फूड का वेरिएंट है उसमें उनका टाइम बच जाता है और वो किसी भी टाइम कोई भी टाइम जस्ट हीट और ईट करके वो खाना खा सकते हैं, और इसका मेन एक एडवांटेज है 24 मंथ शेल्फ लाइफ।
और सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम आपका जो फ्रोजन फूड्स का क्राइटेरिया है, उसके अलावा आप कौन से और स्पेशलिटी है आपके कुछ सेक्टर में?
हमारी मेन स्पेशलिटी है अंडर नेशनल फूड के ब्रांड में ऐसा फोर्टिडा हिंग। ऐसा पोएटिका हींग हम सिंस 1970 से मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं और उसमें भी हम प्राइवेट लेबल ही करते हैं। हम इंडिया के नंबर्स ऑफ ब्रांड्स हैं, MNCs कंपनीज हैं, उनको हम प्राइवेट लेबल करते हैं। उसमें डाबर हो गया, इमामी, हमदर्द, ITC, वंडर, बादशाह मसाला, MTR, ऐसी कई सारी कंपनीज हैं, उसमें हम प्राइवेट लेबलिंग उनको यहाँ ऐसा पोएटिका करके देते हैं, जिसमें हमारे पास डिफरेंट वेरिएंट है। एक ग्लूटेन फ्री हींग है जो एल्गोरिदम में आता है, ग्रेन्यूल्स हींग है, फाइन मैश हींग है, ग्रेन्यूल्स प्लस फाइन मैश है, ऐसे अलग अलग टाइप के कैटेगरीज हैं जो हम हींग प्रोड्यूस करते हैं।
सो अब आपके इतने सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं सिंस मेरी, तो मतलब उसमें बहुत सारे सर्टिफिकेशन रिक्वायर्ड होंगे, जिनमें से एक हमने पढ़ा था BRCGS सर्टिफिकेशन। तो इन सर्टिफिकेशंस का क्या इम्पोर्टेंस होता है?
जो BRCGS है वो सर्टिफिकेट फूड इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए सबसे अहमियत रखता है। वो क्वालिटी और जो एक सिस्टम होता है फूड प्रोसेसिंग का, उसको फॉलो करना होता है और उसको हम 100% फॉलो करते हैं। और हमारी नेशनल फूड जो हींग प्रोड्यूस करती है और नेशनल इंडस्ट्रीज जो फ्रोजन फूड बनाता है, दोनों कंपनी BRC सर्टिफाइड। उसके अलावा भी कई सर्टिफिकेट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट रहती है अलग अलग कंट्रीज में सप्लाई करने के लिए, वो हमारे पास सारे हैं।
और दूसरी बात सर ये कि आपके वेबसाइट्स में हमने ये भी पढ़ा था कि आपके बहुत सारे इंटरनेशनल एसोसिएशंस हैं, सो आप उस पर ज़्यादा इलाबोरेट कर सकते हैं?
डेफिनेटली हम अलग अलग कंट्रीज में उनके जो पॉपुलर ब्रांड्स हैं वहाँ पे जो कंट्रीज में जो रेडी टू ईट फ्रोजन फूड वहाँ पे सप्लाई करते हैं, उनको हम यहाँ से प्राइवेट लेबल करके देते हैं। उनकी SOPs रहती है, उनके प्रोडक्ट रहते हैं, उनकी ऑन रेसिपीज रहती है, उसको हम फॉलो करके यहाँ पे उसको फुल्ली हाइजीन 24 मंथ शेल्फ लाइफ विद सर्टिफिकेशन विद गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस करके उनको प्राइवेट लेबल करके पैक करके यहाँ से डिस्पैच करते हैं।
आप कुछ नेम कर सकते हैं?
जैसे UK में एक बड़ा फ्रोजन कंपनी का ग्रुप है ताज फूड करके, उनको हम यहाँ पे प्राइवेट लेबल करके देते हैं। डाबर कंपनी है जो US, UK, UAE में फ्रोजन फूड लॉन्च कर रहा है, वो यहाँ पे प्रोड्यूस होगा। कनाडा में शिवानी ब्रांड करके है, वो उसका ग्रोसरी स्टोर्स में बड़ा पकड़ है, तो शिवानी को हम सप्लाई करते हैं। ऑस्ट्रेलिया में कई ऐसे बड़े ब्रांड हैं, ताज एवर फ्रेश है, उसको यहाँ पे हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करके देते हैं। ऐसे अलग अलग कंट्रीज में अलग अलग पार्टीज हैं जिनको हम प्राइवेट लेबल करके देते हैं।
अब जैसे हमने पहले डिस्कस किया कि टेस्टिंग और सैम्पलिंग होता है, सो आपके हिसाब से टेस्टिंग और सैम्पलिंग का इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है? मतलब
जैसे टेस्टिंग एक क्या पार्ट हो गया कि उसके रॉ मटेरियल में कोई भी कंटामिनेशन हुआ, कुछ भी पार्टिकल्स ऐसा हुआ तो वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस तक नहीं जाता है। और जो बाकी के रिपोर्ट्स और बाकी के टेस्टिंग है वो 24 मतलब ये पर्टिकुलर मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ पंजाबी समोसा। पंजाबी समोसा में अलग अलग इंग्रेडिएंट, बेस इंग्रेडिएंट हो गए, पोटैटो हो गए, ग्रीन पीस हो गया, स्पाइसेस हो गए, व्हीट फ्लोर हो गया, होल व्हीट फ्लोर हो गया, वो सब मिक्सचर होके उसमें कोई भी पार्ट या कुछ भी हाइजीन रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम रहता है तो वो एक टेस्टिंग रिपोर्ट के साथ साथ लैब टेस्ट होता है और फिर वो आफ्टर प्रोसेस पंजाबी समोसा जब बन जाता है तो वो 24 महीना तक कैसे शेल्फ लाइफ रहेगा वो टेस्ट रिपोर्ट पे ही डिपेंड रहेगा।
ओके सर, सो फाइनली लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा आपसे ये है कि अभी आपकी कंपनी बहुत अच्छे से ग्रो कर रही है, सो उसके लिए आपका फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है कि आप अपनी कंपनी को आप कहाँ देखते हो इन द नियर फ्यूचर?
अभी फिलहाल हमारी जो कंपनी जो स्टेज पे चल रही है तो हम फ्यूचर में ऐसा प्लान कर रहे हैं कि हम हमारी कंपनी को और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और प्लांट को एस्टैब्लिश करें, इसका प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी को 3 टाइम्स स्मॉल करें और हम जितने भी वर्ल्ड की कंपनीज हैं उसको हम इनवाइट करते हैं कि वो हमारे पास आए, हमारी कंपनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस सिस्टम देखे और उनकी प्रोडक्ट हमारी कंपनी में बनाए तो उनकी गुडविल हमारी कंपनी के साथ एसोसिएट होते हुए दोनों की गुडविल आगे बढ़ सके।
थैंक यू सर।
Valid point that an EV charging company or companies like ours enables e-mobility to a very large extent. At ChargeZone, we've been busy building up EV charging network in India. We are currently present in 25 cities with both high-powered charging or fast DC charging, as we call it, and as well as a level 2 or AC charging or a slow charging, as people refer to. Now,
बैटरी तो बस 15% ही बाकी है।
अरे बोला था आपको रात को कार चार्ज कर दो। अब कैसे पहुंचेंगे?
मैं पास ही में कोई चार्जिंग स्टेशन देख लेता हूँ।
Finally, we come across ChargeZone, one of the top global businesses that relies on both hardware and software systems to function. In order to boost the nation's public EV charging infrastructure, they have established a vast network of electric bus charging stations as part of their goal of building a network of 1 million charging sites by 2030. The EV startup is completely equipped with integrated technology and renewable energy capabilities. In order to boost the nation's public EV charging infrastructure, they have established a vast network of electric bus charging stations. The EV charging process is automated and cashless thanks to the smartphone app and cloud technology that were both utilized in the development of the EV.
My name is Karthik. I am the founder and CEO of ChargeZone, where we are on a journey of building one of India's largest electric vehicle charging network. Well, as a background, I am just a graduate in electrical engineering. I'm still not armed with MBA or whatsoever. But over the last 21 years, half of my journey has been as a career professional with L&T, with a division which started in the year 2000, now known as L&T Technology Services Limited. But other half since 2010 has been a journey as entrepreneur, where our entire company specializes in solar photovoltaics over the last decade, and ChargeZone is a new brand which started roughly 3 years ago, just before COVID, into EV charging station. I'm married to Kinnari, my lovely wife. She's also the co-founder of the company, and she runs her own social enterprise called Texo Global Foundation, as well as my two lovely sons. The elder one pursuing his computer science and engineering in United States, while the younger one is still at high secondary. Well, at ChargeZone, we are now 100 plus strong team, which is busy building up charging stations, so that when you buy an electric car, you will never have to face a range anxiety, because an electric vehicle is all about range. You fill it up, you recharge, and you get 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers. But then what? So we are solving India's or the market's biggest problem called range anxiety, and that covers electric cars, electric buses, and even trucks. And I must say that India as a country, we are doing a major transition here. We are, as a government, as was recently in the recently concluded summits of G20 at Bali in Indonesia, as well as COP27 in Egypt last week. We are on a journey as a country, as an economy, towards low carbon or low carbonization. And I think electric vehicles or e-mobility industry, as we call it, is going to play a significant role in terms of reducing dependence on import of crude oil, as well as saving our hard-earned forex reserves.
What is the basic infrastructure of your charging station? Is it like a petrol pump kind of a thing, or?
An electric vehicle charging station is connected to the grid. So we came up with a motto called "We love to recharge you while we recharge your car." The reason is that the time that you take to recharge your vehicle is roughly around 20 to 30 minutes. Unlike a petrol pump where you drive it, you refill your petrol or diesel tank within a few minutes and you get out. So when you realize that a time taken to charge an electric vehicle is higher, so what are you gonna do? If the charging station is somewhere in the middle of the road, obviously a customer will never turn up. He may turn up for the first time, but he need to kill those 20 to 30 minutes. Right? So you'll find ChargeZone at hotels, malls, multiplexes, and on food courts on various highways in India. We are the first company to electrify more than 5,000 kilometers in India, including highways such as Mumbai to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad-Rajkot, Ahmedabad-Jaipur, Delhi, and so on and so forth. So with this, the infrastructure for an EV charging stations are the amenities, the power infrastructure, the network connectivity, because that's mandatory. Government also have made a charging station pretty free and popular to everybody. free in the sense freedom to install it. But if it's for a public charging station, then there are several regulations and systems and processes to follow.
How does your team manage 750 plus charging stations which are spread around, as you said, as your website also mentions, 4,000 plus kilometers?
Correct. Yeah, so as I said, it's an unmanned charging station. So you will not find any petrol pump attendant to support you with the charge. This is all self-service charging station here. And there are field engineers, technicians, maintenance manpower as we call them. We call them charge masters. The charge masters are our team of technicians, highly skilled technicians, who will be patrolling around. If there is a charger which is down, then the communication will go from our headquarters, which is incidentally here in Vadodara. And our network operations center will communicate to that particular field engineer to visit that station and fix whatever the problem it is. Yeah, so we manage this network, and it's a growing network, obviously, but we manage through the network of skilled technicians.
Your website mentions some of the brands who trust your services. So, if in future Tesla decides to invest in India or come in India, right now there is no Tesla. So, what will be your strategy, or will you change your strategy somehow if Tesla enters Indian market?
So let's put it this way: did Indian Oil change their strategy if there is a new models of cars from Suzuki or Toyota or Mahindra or Tata? No, it isn't, right? Because it is agnostic, neutral to the vehicles, because the job of the petrol pump or network of petrol pumps is to provide a fuel. That's what Charzone does. It provides electrons and not diesel or petrol. It provides electrons to the batteries of electric vehicles. So if tomorrow there's Tesla, there's obviously, I don't think they are going to come anytime. So though we have signed a contract last year, we are one of the few companies who got selected by Tesla as a EV charging partner in India. But for whatever reason, they couldn't come to India. But then there are other brands, Tata Motors, Mahindra, Hyundai, who have launched their vehicles, and they are doing extremely well. And I must say that an electric car buyer is a youngster like you, who's very conscious about the environment. Yeah, they don't think about ROI. There's no return on investment for an electric car buyer. He simply wants to buy because he wants to reduce the carbon footprint and create a low emission or zero emission travel for himself.
What was your vision before the booming of the EV industry, like a few years back?
Yeah. So I think the vision was on a very simple premise. Yeah. My background is that I've been a student of electrical engineering for the last now 21 years. Yeah. And soon after my graduation, I decided to start more into power sector. Though I worked largely in automotive engineering services in L&T and had a long stint in Germany and Japan. However, in 2010, I started my journey as an entrepreneur in the field of renewable energy. And it was somewhere in 2017, we decided that we need to probably focus on the next big idea of electricity, because we realized very early on that there is going to be the world of electrification that will happen now. It means that the world is going to move from molecules to electrons. So if you follow COP27, which happened recently concluded in Egypt yesterday, well, I think people have been talking about electrification of everything. So this is something that we visualized ourselves in 2017. But I think a vision is just a simple line on a piece of paper. After all, execution matters. How you take that vision forward and build it into a profitable business enterprise.
In the underdeveloped areas, like there are areas where there are no villages or cities around. So did any case happen like this charging station got wiped out, or some people tried to scam with it, or like that? Any situation?
Well, I say it's a very good point here. So you've seen some videos where there are people who have picked up ATMs. Like, fortunately, a charging station is a high voltage device. Yeah, and people will be scared about even touching it if you do not know the subject of a EV charging station. And each charging station is a 1-ton machine, 1,000 kilograms, unlike ATM machine, which is just few kgs. So I think that's playing as an advantage to us, that even if somebody would like to take off the machine, our charging equipment, it will be extremely difficult. However, our charging station, as I said, they are not in the middle of desert. They're not in the middle of nowhere. They are at food courts. There is natural plate security out there. And I think, and these places are most happening places. People come 24/7 all the time. Yes, I think it's playing as a very natural security parameter to us.
Sir, your website mentions RFID-based charging stations. So, can you simplify what RFID charging stations are?
No, I'm glad you asked that question. An RFID is nothing but a tap and charge. So if you see a charging station, you drive a car there, you park a vehicle, then you take out the charging gun and you put it in the vehicle. Now that's a process by itself, yeah. And if you register through an app, then you get a one-time password, you make a prepayment, and so on and so forth. But RFID was an opportunity for us, a new use case for us, where we decide to implement or rather simplify the process of EV charging. So it is like a credit card size of card which can stay in your car in your pocket, which is personalized with a personalized name, obviously. And we, as long as your wallet is there, it's credited with a sufficient amount, you simply can arrive at a charging station and simply tap and charge.
When the government was investing in the EV industry, like helping out the companies, so did the government help you or in any kind of way when you were visioning your idea in the early days?
Yeah, I think I'd like to invoke our Honorable Prime Minister's Modi's wisdom. What he mentioned somewhere around 15 to 18 years ago when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat. He mentioned that the business of government is not to be in business. They only have to provide governance, the policy making. And I think government just did right in terms of building or encouraging the EV industry to kick off, including EV charging business. So currently the policies of both central and state governments are extremely favorable for the e-mobility industry in the country.
TIE is a global non-profit organization devoted to entrepreneurs in all industries at all stages from incubation throughout the entrepreneurial life cycle. The ultimate goal of TIE is to foster entrepreneurship, creating wealth for both the entrepreneur and the local communities. Organizations like TIE are regarded as the specialists in the state for a new company venture. They make it simpler for startup owners to launch their enterprises. The vision of the Indus entrepreneurs is to support the new businesses by offering education, mentorship, networking, and funding opportunities. Its mission is not only of wealth creation and giving back to the community or generating and nurturing our next generation of entrepreneurs, but also to foster entrepreneurship globally through the 5 pillars of TIE, that is, mentoring, networking, education, funding, and incubation. TIE connects the entire entrepreneurship ecosystem from early stage entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, professionals at leading corporations, to venture capitalists and angel investors. It also hosts a wide range of programs and events catering to various industry verticals, educational events hosted by TIE Institute, TIE Young Entrepreneurs, a program to foster entrepreneurship in our youth, and TIE Women's Forum for empowering women entrepreneurs. Besides its flagship events, TIE Con is the largest professional conference for entrepreneurs. It is because of organizations like these that Vadodara as a city has begun to reach immense heights of success in the world of startups and continues to manage and come up with budding entrepreneurs irrespective of the age, gender, or caste.